أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. اللهم أخرجنا من ظلمات الوهم وأكرمنا بنور الفهم، وافتح علينا بمعرفة العلم وسهل أخلاقنا بالحلم، واجعلنا ممن يستمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه. اللهم اجعل أعمالنا خالصة لوجهك ولا تجعل فيها حظا لغيرك. صل اللهم على سيدنا ونبينا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. I hope
وعليكم
that
السلام
everyone's well.
ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Please forgive my lateness this morning. I obviously overslept. You should hear that. So I have an eat hangover. I hope everybody had a good ending to Ramadan and a joyous Eid as well. Um, am I audible? Can everybody hear me and everything?
Yes, Maulana.
Yes? Alhamdulillah. Okay. So we were still busy in our last lesson. We were busy with our Mazid fee scales, going through those scales and revising them, learning them, memorizing them, etc. So we'll pick up from where we left off, inshallah. We'll go through the scales. Not as we usually do, just say the scales. It's important. Like I said, the repetition in Sarf is so important to just become accustomed to hearing the scales so that we can pick them out, or hearing how each set of extra letters sound so that we can pick them out easily. Right. So let's start with skill number 2. Right. 1, 2, 3. Let's say Bismillah. 1, 2, 3, go. Bismillah. فعل يفعل تفعيلا مفعل مفعل فعل لا تفعل. Again. فعل يفعل تفعيلا مفعل مفعل فاعل لا تفعل. Again. فعل يفعل تفعيلا مفعل مفعل فاعل لا تفعل. Okay, we'll move to the next one, inshallah. The third scale is فاعل. Everybody says فاعل يفاعل فعالا مفاعلة مفاعل مفاعل فاعل لا تفاعل. Again. فاعل يفاعل فعالا مفاعلة مفاعل مفاعل فاعل لا تفاعل. Next time. فاعل يفاعل فعالا مفاعلة مفاعل مفاعل فاعل لا تفاعل. واصبر. أفعل أفعل يفعل إفعالا مفعل مفعل أفعل لا تفعل. Again. أفعل يفعل إفعالا مفعل مفعل أفعل لا تفعل. Next one. For the first part. تفعل تفعل يتفعل تفاعلا متفعل متفعل تفعل لا تتفعل. Again, تفعل يتفعل تفعلا متفعل متفعل تفعل لا تتفعل. One last time. تفعل يتفعل تفعلا متفعل متفعل تفعل لا تتفعل. Six verb. تفاعل يتفاعل تفاعلا متفاعل متفاعل تفاعل لا تتفاعل. Again. تفاعل يتفاعل تفاعلا متفاعل متفاعل تفاعل لا تتفاعل. 7 scale. انفعل ينفعل انفعالا منفعل منفعل انفعل لا تنفعل. Again. انفعل ينفعل انفعالا منفعل منفعل انفعل لا تنفعل. تمام. انفعل ينفعل انفعالا منفعل منفعل انفعل لا تنفعل. Which scale did we end by? I think we did scale 9 already. Eh?
No, we did 9 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so we do 8 and 9 quickly and then we'll do the last one. So scale number 8. افتعل يفتعل افتعالا مفتعل مفتعل افتعل لا تفتعل. Again. افتعل يفتعل افتعالا مفتعل مفتعل افتعل لا تفتعل. ولا استعمل. افتعل يفتعل افتعالا مفتعل مفتعل افتعل لا تفتعل. Right, the last one that we did in class so far, the 9th one. افعل يفعل افعلالا مفعل افعل لا تفعل. You can say it like it, or you can say افعلل لا تفعلل as well. افعل يفعل افعلالا مفعل افعل لا تفعل افعلل لا تفعلل. Again, last time. افعل يفعل افعلالا مفعل افعل لا تفعل.
Well, a quick question, please. The Amar over here and the Madi verb, those are exactly the same, right?
Yes.
Was that a typo? Okay. So you just distinguish that in the context?
You just distinguish that in the context there. But like I said, the Amar here can also be formed as if'alil.
Okay. Okay.
Banana?
Yes.
If there's only 5 words of this scale in the Quran, is there somewhere a list that we can get for that 5 words? because 5 words is easy to remember.
Okay, the one word is ibiyadda. They actually come like in the same. Those come like in 2 verses after each other. So the one is ibiyadda. The other one is iswadda. الذين اسودت وجوههم. And then what is the next one? الذين اسودت وجوههم. Maybe it's even just repetitions of that.
Musfara.
Yeah, it could be that one. But I don't think that's musfara. That I'm just going to check and I'm going to try and find for you. Wasn't. I'm just trying to get it clear.
Is it those that's on the worksheet itself?
Oh well, okay, yeah, that's one other way of doing it. It has to be only those. Yeah. So yeah, that would be the أبيض تسود, and then it comes the same word actually comes in the past tense form اسودت and ابيضت and وابيضت عيناه من الحزن مسودا فتصبح الأرض مضطرة. So yeah, فرأوه مصفرة. So it's only ابيض, اسود, مضطرة, and مصفرة. Those forms, and then iswadda and ibiyadda comes in the present tense and the past tense form. So yeah, those are the only ones that come in the Quran, and it all has to do with color. Ibiyadda from ayad, ibiyadda to become white, to be or become white. Iswadda from aswad, to be or become black. So that's in مخضرة from أخضر to become green. مصفرة to be or become yellow. So that's, yeah, those are all the examples. So what did we say? The ninth bab? The ninth bab is basically just to be or become a color. To be or become a color. Okay. Then we have, let me just see. I just want to go through the scales quickly and just point out again, or maybe you can point out to me what's extra in each bab. So we're starting from bab number 2. What's extra in this bab? Remember, all of them have something extra. That's what the meaning mazid fihi means. There's an increase fihi in it. Mazid, there's an increase in it. So what's the increase in fa'ala? For me, this is like an alternate way of learning the verbs, and if you have it, it makes it a lot easier if you can summarize it like this in your mind. So what's extra in the second verb?
Shadda,
Shadda on the
middle letter on the ayn letter.
right. Shadda on the second root letter. Fa'ala. From fa'ala to fa'ala. Third verb. What do we have here?
Hamza,
The
alif,
alif or Hamza on the second letter.
That's Hamza. It's alif. So, Hamza, alif after the first root letter. Or before the second root letter, if you want to focus on the second root letter. What's extra over there?
The Hamza on the before the first letter.
Right, that's the Hamza there. So you have an extra Hamza for the first root letter. And so that's how we get af'ala. What about for the present tense?
There's nothing extra.
There's nothing extra, but there's something about the form. How does the present tense on the first verb sound? Fa'ala yaf'alu. Here we have yuf'ilu.
Yufilu.
Right. Why I'm pointing this one out? Because of all the verbs, these are the two that people confuse the most. The first verb and the fourth verb. Very easy to confuse because they look very similar. So how you identify it is just that. It starts with a dhamma. But now, the majhul form on the first verb also starts with a dhamma. Fu'ila yuf'alu. The difference over there is the haraka on the ayn kalima. So that will be yuf'alu. Fu'ila yuf'alu. Here we have yuf'ilu. And those are set patterns. It will always be like that. It doesn't change. So af'ala yuf'ilu. The extra thing there is the extra hamza at the beginning of the word.
The majhul form for the fourth verb would be the same as the majhul form for the first verb. Isn't that correct?
Exactly the same. Yes, that's correct. They look exactly the same. And there you just have to pick it out with context. Right? Okay. The fifth scale. Tafa'ala. What's extra over there?
The ta and the shadda.
Right? The extra ta before the first root letter, and then the shadda on the second root letter, the same like in the second verb. The fifth verb and the second verb, those are very similar, except that the fifth verb has an extra ta at the beginning. And then the sixth verb,
The sixth verb has a ta at the beginning and then an alif sandwiched between the first and second.
right. So again, first alif after the first root letter, like the third verb, but here it has an extra ta at the beginning. Seventh verb. This one is like very unique. What's extra there? Extra hamzatul wasl at the beginning, and the extra
Noon.
noon. Right? This is the only one that has the extra noon in fa'ala. Eighth verb.
Hamza and shadda on the last one. No, sorry.
No, that's nine.
I'm the ninth here.
Yeah, so this one is an extra hamza at the beginning, and then an extra ta after the first root letter. If ta'ala. If ta'ala. So that's the extra hamza and the extra ta. Number 9.
That's Hamza at the beginning and the shadda on the last one.
Hamza at the beginning and the shadda on the lam. If'alla. Yaf'allu. So this is the only one. This is the only one that has a shadda on the last root letter. None of the others have that.
Well, when we're looking at the Arabic, the other sheet, I didn't see anywhere if ilalan on that sheet. So does the masdar form appear in the Quran?
The masdar form? No, the masdar form doesn't appear in the Quran.
So we're more learning it to understand the Arabic language. That's why we're learning all the
Yes,
different forms. Was that form?
Yes, we're just learning it for completeness sake, and because this bab does actually appear in the Quran. So when you engage in a Quranic study, then you have to know the form of the word. But if you want to look up this word in an Arabic dictionary or in an Arabic book, then they would refer to the word by the masdar. So yeah, they refer to the word by the masdar. So you look up the word. What does if'ilal mean? For example, iswidad or something like that. Isfirar. They refer to the word like that, the becoming yellow or whatever. So that's just for completeness sake. And then we move on to the last one, istaf'ala. So before we get into that scale, what's extra over here?
Hamza,
Hamza
Sin,
and the ta.
Hamza,
Sin.
Sin, and Ta.
Sin and ta.
Hamza, Sin, and Ta. So here you can see, as we're going along, every time we're increasing, the increase is getting more. So in the first one, we just had an extra shadda, so there was one extra letter. Fa'ala, shadda indicates that the letters doubled. Right? So there was one extra letter. Fa'ala, there was only an extra alif as well. Only one extra letter. Then we had af'ala, only the hamza at the beginning, only one extra letter. Then when we moved on to number 5, it increased to 2 extra letters, the ta and the shadda. So that's 2 over there. Then number 6, we had the ta and the extra alif. That's also 2 over there, 2 extra letters. Number 7, again 2 extra letters, the hamza and the noon. Right? Number 8 was again the hamza at the beginning and the ta after the first root letter. Number 9 was again the extra hamza at the beginning and the extra shadda on the lam. Right? So 2 extra letters over there. And then number 10 stands on its own. Number 10 stands on its own. It has 3 extra letters, the hamza, sin, and the ta. The hamza, the sin, and the ta. Right? So if you have that in mind, it should be easy to pick out the babs. So let's just say this scale quickly. Istaf'ala. Istaf'ala. Yastaf'ilu. Istif'alan. Mustaf'ilun. Mustaf'alun. Istaf'il. La tastaf'il. Again. Istaf'ala. Yastaf'ilu. Istif'alan. Mustaf'ilun. Mustaf'alun. Istaf'il. La tastaf'il. Again. استفعل يستفعل استفعالا مستفعل مستفعل استفعل لا تستفعل. And you will know words on this form already. But before we do that, what's the quality of this bab? What do you think it is? If you haven't checked it.
Okay, I checked one and I'll be honest. It's either seeking or to regard or to deem.
To seek something, and we know this already, like from the form istaghfara. We know ghafara means to forgive. Istaghfara means to
Seek forgiveness.
forgiveness. And that's why we hear the word all the time. Istighfar. Just check out the masdar over here. Doesn't it fit on perfectly? Istaghfara. Yastaghfiru. Istighfaran. We surely have heard that word istighfar before. So it means to seek something. There's other places where we use this as well, slightly modified, but إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. نستعين. What does that mean? To seek help, to seek aun. So we use this every day at least 17 times. This form. It means to seek something, or like to deem something as something else. So here we have the form istakbara. Yastakbiru means to deem something, great. And again, it can come to refer to arrogance. And the other example that we had there was istahsana. Istahsana. Husn means to be good. Istahsana means to deem something. Good. So let's just go through this one more time. Istaf'ala, yastaf'ilu, istif'alan, mustaf'ilun, mustaf'alun, istaf'il, la tastaf'il. Right. Our time is up now. It was my fault. Please forgive me. I was very late. But what I want you to do for next week, inshallah, is do the scale number 10, fill in the form. Fill in the table, and then you can do some of the Arabic in the Quran. So you do the scale number 10 from Arabic in the Quran, or al-Mazid fi fil Quran, Astaghfirullah, etc. Do that page for homework, and then next week we'll just revise and we'll start going through all of the homework that we had, going through them one by one, checking if there was any errors that we had, if there's any gaps in understanding, etc. And hopefully that will bring us to a conclusion of this section of Sarf bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. I'll discuss with Mullah Khalil what we'll do after that. Are there any questions before we end?
Yes, Mala. I just wanted to check on scale 9, the masdar. I wasn't sure if I understood it well for the other words. So for ibyadda, it's ibyadda, the masdar would be ibyidadan. Is that correct?
Yes. Ibyadad. Sounds hard to say it for ibyadda, but yes, that's it.
Oh, shukran.
So like ihmarra will become ihmirar, iswadda will be iswidad, isfarra will be isfirar, izraqqa will be izriqaq. No, is that right? Yeah, izriqaq. Ikhdarra will be ikhdirar. The last root letter is always going to be doubled. Yeah.
And how would you translate it, Manara?
That will just be being or becoming white, being or becoming black, being red or becoming red, being or becoming yellow, izriqaq, being or becoming blue, ikhdirar, being or becoming green. You just add the in at the end. That's generally how the masdar works. If you turn the word, you just add ing to the end of it. That's how you form your masdar. And you can see it works for anything. اختلف اختلاف, differing. اعتصام, clinging. اكتساب, earning. That's how you form your masdar. انقلاب, turning. انفجار, gushing forth. To the verb part, you just add the ing. That's how you form your masdar. Right? Okay. Is with us. I'm going to hand over to him, inshallah, and then